Oh. You know, I shouldn't even have to be making this video. It's pretty disgusting. And it's right before, But, anyways, I've heard through the grapevine that a city alderman uh, said straight up that, and I'm sure it's more than just Peoria, but Peoria is basically paying for greyhound bus tickets for illegal immigrants and homeless people to move down to Galesburg. And it fits criteria because we're just seeing more and more of that down here in Galesburg. So they're just putting their problem on us. And then I made a post about the old library, about how it looks like Los Angeles, like Skid Row or something. They were building tents and shit behind the old library, and nothing was being said about it. So I put a post out, and then about a week later, guess what? There's pictures on Facebook of law enforcement, GPD, removing them from behind there. I bet that wouldn't have happened if nothing had really been said about it. I'm sure I'm not the only one that said something about it, but I just thought that was kind of ironic. And the crazy thing is I was getting ready to go down there and take photos of it and go to the next city council meeting about it. And then you got our brand new library, which I don't remember what it cost us, but it was up in the millions. And when you walk by there, it's like fucking zombie land. I don't know about you. I don't have kids myself, but if I had kids, I wouldn't want to take them there because there's fucking homeless all over the place. Illegal immigrants, yada yada. We don't know, basically. You don't know. And we spend millions of dollars on this, and now it's just basically like the mission. And then we got an individual cutting their hair for them, which is awesome. Love the idea. Love the idea. Go ahead, cut their hair. Don't do it at the public library. Don't feed them at the public library. Don't. None of that. It just does not look good on the city to have hair floating all over the concrete. There's a bunch of homeless people. Imagine you're from out of town and you drive through Galesburg and you just look over and there's just some lady cutting hair at the public library. Do it at your house. I bet you won't do it at your house. Prove me wrong. I don't know. Whatever. If you want to do what you're doing, do it at your house. All these people want to stick up for these other people and stuff, but they won't invite them to their own homes. If you want to be an activist, I'm an activist. I'm a First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third, Fourth, and Fifth. Love them all. Okay, I'm all about that shit and government corruption. Have at it. It's just not a good look. It's kind of trashy looking to do it at a brand new library that taxpayers, we didn't even really ask for that. The city just kind of does whatever they want with our money. For example, all of the buildings that we love looking at, now just tear them down, turn them into something else. Yeah, I don't know. There's it's just not a good look for our city. And then the thing that I'm really trying to get at, and I kind of got off topic, is that we're allowing Peoria to just shove their problem onto us when they have a larger when they have a larger amount of money than us. Like, dude, you guys are a way bigger city and you're just shoving your problems onto us when we're already at X amount for a budget. And then we can't even handle even the mission over here. And what's funny about that is when I lived on 3rd Street, I lived next to the mission. I dealt with the same problems. Then eventually I moved over to Farnham Street. They put a mission, they moved the mission, and it's supposed to be the ladies, the women and children kind of thing. And from what I heard there is dudes started fornicating with the women there, so they got shoved back to the old mission, supposedly. I don't know if this is true or not. And now it's just men there at the new one. Why are the men in the new mission that's well built and the women are no longer, it's no longer women and children? Every time you drive by there or walk by there, it's just men. And then if you go right down the street, if you walk from there, I did a video on this. If you walk from there down to Beck's, it's nothing but one, like, little shots, empty shot bottles laying all over the ground. That they go down when they get their time for the day to just do their own thing, they get fucking hammered. There's needles, there's tarps everywhere, there's trash all underneath the bridge. I went underneath the bridge, and I know you're not supposed to, but I wanted to see what's going on. And I went under there, and lo and behold, it's nothing but clearly old drug bags. There's obviously liquor bottles everywhere. There's fucking heroin needles. There's, you name it. And I'm not saying that's all from the mission. Obviously, the homeless are going on there. It doesn't matter if it's from the mission or if it's homeless. Doesn't fucking matter. It's just unsafe. You know, children are going to get, kids on the block are going to get curious. They're going to go underneath the bridge. You never know what's going to happen underneath that bridge. It's, kid could step on a needle or something. My point being is Galesburg is not stepping up and telling Peoria, no, you're not fucking sending your problem to us. So Peter Schwartzman, I'm talking to you right now, Mayor. Are you going to do something about this issue? Because it's everywhere you look now. Everywhere you look, there's homelessness, drug addicts, and just crime. It's simple as that. I mean, I don't know, but when I left Farnham Street, I'll tell you what, my garage was pretty full of tools when I left. Yeah, I don't have much tools left. They were going in my garage and stealing. I know I'm not the only one, but yeah, this is a pretty stupid video to have to even make. The city is not stepping up. They're more worried about this dumbass fucking shit they're building next to Penn's Furniture for the Railroad Museum, which I think is cool. There's railroad videos on my channel. I like railroad, but you're worried about that and tearing down this historic first fire station, which is gone now. I don't care. I would have spent the money, tax money, I would have spent to fix it up and just use it as a historical landmark. That would have been, and multiple other citizens have said, yeah, they'd be down with that. And then you're talking about some screw ups with our, this is for a whole nother video, but I'm just going to touch base on it. Talking about courthouse. Talking about changing our courthouse. Just fix it. I even heard somebody was saying they were just going to build a new one. Now, definitely don't do that. I don't want some prefab bullshit, dude. All the new buildings are trash, just like that fucking library we spent millions of dollars on. That thing's a pile of shit. No, I want the old school Galesburg shit. Okay, when I go to court, hopefully don't have to go to court, but if I go into the courthouse, even for anything at all, it better be nice. And I know that's more of a county situation, but I'm gonna have to go to a county meeting. And then I got another topic I'm going to eventually be getting to is no phones inside of there. I've already brought it up, but I'm going to try to affect change on that because, I mean, how often do we use our phones on a day to day basis? How much information does your phone have that you can't quite remember? If I want my phone on me, I can't count the amount of times I've gone in the courthouse and they ask me a question and I can't remember, but it's on my phone. So I got to leave the courthouse, go back through security after I look at my phone to see what it is, and then continue on my business at my courthouse. Yeah, I don't know. But, anyways, I know I'm kind of getting off topic. The homelessness problem in Peoria needs spoken to. I want to add that in there. If our mayor's got the balls, he needs to tell Peoria, dude, that's not happening. And I guarantee it's happening. I guarantee, and this is from an alderman. An alderman straight up said, yes, Peoria is paying for Greyhound bus tickets down to Galesburg and flooding us with their problem. That's not our fucking problem. Now it's a problem to citizens. A bunch of spooks, dude. You don't know who the fuck they are. You don't know if you're gonna it makes you wonder. Like, I would, if my old lady was pregnant, I would not let her go somewhere without me because I'd be afraid that she'd get stabbed up or something. You don't know. We're not a big city. We got like 40,000 people, I think, something like that, and we're just getting flooded out with. I don't know. I'd like to know what the homelessness population is here. I guarantee it's, I don't know, a couple hundred. That's kind of a lot. Couple to a few hundred. I don't know. It's everywhere you look. But that's all I got to say. Illinois accountability out.